Hey guys, Barbara here. Sending out quick questions in Classroom can be insightful and informative. Let's see why. In Google Classroom, you have the ability to send both short answer and multiple choice questions. These are really quick to set up and can be used when you want a bit of feedback, need to ask a quick question, or to create a classroom poll. If you want to use these questions for marks, you can do that too. While setting up your question, simply allocate the mark, give it a due date, and decide how you want your students to interact with the questions. Let's check it out. From the Classwork tab in Google Classroom, select Create and choose Question from the options that appear. Here, you will be able to choose between two question types. You can choose to either create a short answer question or a multiple choice question. Let's start with short answer. Type your short answer question here. If you have instructions, you can add those in too. You will notice that you have the ability to add files or create a new Google Workspace tool. These features may be useful if you would like your students to read some content or watch a video before answering the question. On the right-hand side, you have your standard options to choose which classes you would like to post this to, if you would like the post to appear for certain students only. If you are going to be adding a grade to this question, add in your point allocation. Choose a due date and post it into a specific topic. Before you choose to ask the question, decide whether or not you would like the students to be able to reply to each other, and if you would like them to be able to edit the answers after they've submitted their work. If you choose that students are able to reply to each other, they will be able to see their peers' answers as well. If you deselect this option, they will not be able to see each other's answers and only you will be able to see the answers that they submit. I'll leave this as students can reply to each other so that you can see what that looks like. When you have set everything up that you want to, decide if you are going to save this as a draft or post it later, if you would like to schedule it, or if you would like to ask it straight away. When you select Ask, that post will go live. When you expand this question on your Classwork tab, you will notice that you can see how many students have handed it in and how many still need to answer the question. If we go over to the student view, they will be able to view the question. If you have turned on the feature in the classroom settings to enable commenting in the classroom, they can add a class comment here. On the right-hand side, they will be able to type in their answer. They will be unable to see their peers' answers until they have handed in their own answer. They will type in their answer here, and when they are done, choose to hand in. Notice now that they have handed in, the option to see classmates' answers appear. When they select this option, they will be able to see all the answers that their classmates have made. They will now be able to reply to one another from here. If you chose the option for them not to be able to reply to each other, they will not get this option to see classmates' answers once they hand in their work. Let's head back and see how the multiple choice question works. Select Create and choose Question. Switch from short answer here to a multiple choice question. Type in the question you would like to have and any instructions that you need. Here is where you will type in your options. Type what you need and hit Enter to get a new line. If you would like to reorder the way they appear, use the little ice tray looking icon and you can drag and rearrange them if you need to. If you have reference material that you would like to add to the question, you can do that using these options over here. Decide who you want to send it to, if it will count for marks or be unmarked. Add in a due date and put the question into a topic. This option over here is great to use when you want your students to see what choices have been selected. This is a great feature to use if you are taking a class vote or creating a poll of some sort. They will only be able to see the class summary once they have answered the question themselves. If you don't want them to be able to see the summary of responses, untick this box. Now that you have set up your question, choose to either save it as a draft, schedule it, or ask it immediately. I'll ask it now. When you expand that question, you will see the ratio to those who have handed it in and those who have not. You will also be able to see a tally of all the answer totals. Let's switch over to the student view. The students will see any information that you have added here and be able to choose their answers from this section over here. Once they have made their choice, they will select Hand In. Notice how they can now see the summary of which questions have been answered and the totals appear here as well. If we go back to the teacher view, you will see the options here to view the question. When you do this, you will be taken to this screen. Here, you can see the question and any class comments that have been made if you have enabled this setting. If you want to know what an individual student answered, you can simply click on their name and their answer will appear. If you want to send a student a private comment, you can do that from here too. If you gave this question a mark allocation, you will be able to add the grade in here. Once you have graded all the questions, you can choose to return all the marks to the students by selecting them all and choosing to return. Those marks will now be added to your gradebook.